when you're farming out more time.
Alright. Alright. What up, what up? Let me get set up. Let's see what we got going on today. Alright. Market opened? Market opens in less than a minute. There it is. Market opened. Alright, now let's see what's going on here. Ripping. NQ futures, trading NQ futures. Let's start out by going on the 15-minute chart. A 15-minute chart, let's see what's going on. Holy. Oh my gosh. Uptrend. So we got an uptrend on the 15-minute chart. Right now, there's no reason to even be looking for shorts, in my opinion, really. I mean, shorts. We have, I mean, we do have actually this level that's pretty interesting, actually, now that I think. We have this 170 level. Potential shorts at that like 170 level. And then we'll kind of see where price goes from there. That's the only area, really. I mean, if you look, we have this liquidity right there. We have the liquidity right here tapping into this resistance. So if we do get a push, and we have a bunch of gaps right there. So pretty interesting level if we can kind of sweep it, start tapping into these gaps, right? And start hitting a resistance here, and then maybe start getting some form of a reversal there. But that's Fridays, I think. That's Friday's pre-market action. So let's see. I guess I can mark out this too. We have kind of, this would be interesting if we could take out this low for a long, potentially, if we don't get up there. And then we have another form kind of right there. As of oh shit. As of now, that's the only levels that I'm kind of interested in. Let's see what happens here. We still got room to go. So we're above, let me see. We're above UOP. We're above the 200. So we're in bullish territory right now. Let me see. The only thing is, let me check. Gotta check news. What news? Let's do Forex Factory. See what news we have. Monday. Alright. No news really today. We don't have much news going on right now. It's like a factory orders at 10 a.m., but that's not really going to do much to the market. So we don't have much news to worry about. That's good. If we could see if we could get pushed to this level right here, I would be interested. Hopefully we can get a push to it. There will be some form of a rejection there. Hopefully we could try to catch a a nice trade off that level. But as of now, we're in an uptrend, right? Obviously, we can all see that. If you look on the 15-minute time frame, we got this uptrend forming. So you got to be careful. Ever since we swept, look at that. We swept those lows. And then we just been having an uptrend ever since. Ever since that 2 o'clock in the morning. No, that was... When was this? I guess this is pre-market, I guess. Alright, we're pushing. Let me go back to the 1-minute chart. See what's going to happen. We're getting closer. We're getting closer here. Give me a second. I'll be back. Getting closer. We're getting closer. Are we gonna do it? This will be kind of interesting to see. Can we take out that level? I think we can take out that level and we can have some structure form to show me that we kind of want to go down. Appreciate the likes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I hope we don't create like a double top here. All right, this candle's closing. Why is my... Hey, my time... That's weird. Alright, we got a gap here. So this is pretty interesting here. We got a gap here. And we're starting to push. How do you know when to buy or sell? I mean, I just have my levels set out and see. I try to wait for price to tell me that it wants to go lower. So I have my key levels set out. Here, give me a second. All right, I was saying, Yeah, so I have my key level set. We'll see what happens off this reaction. So look, if you go to the 15-minute time frame, right? I had this level marked out, this blue line right here, because I know this was a major level. So if we can tap out this level, we can tap into this gap right here, and this is a resistance right there. So I know there's going to be some form of selling pressure that steps in right there. So now I'm waiting. There's that selling pressure. Let's see. There, tapped it out. Let's see that selling pressure start to step in. Now I have this gap here. If we can inverse this gap, we could potentially go for these lows down here, right? There's nothing really stopping it. So I'll be interesting. If this gap gets inversed, I would be interested in potentially taking a short. Maybe to like these lows or these highs right here. Probably maybe these highs, depending on where I get in. For just a one-to-one scalp. What's up? How you doing? Thank you for the follow. All right, let's see if we can. Selling pressure could step in here. This would be kind of 20. So I'll be risking about 120 per contract. If it doesn't make a new high, it's about 120 per contract. 120 per contract, which would mean get about four contracts maybe. I mean, we got room. We're kind of far away from that view op too. I took the buy. I entered the trade before news. What news? Market. There wasn't any. I don't think there was news. 23,171. Dang. She went right for, I mean, I would wait for a confirmation. It's still, you shorted exactly the top of that. I would wait for a confirmation before I go short, because it could still take out the high again. That's the problem. It could come back up and it could take out that high again before it kind of goes lower. Let's see what happens here. I'm waiting for the invert. I'm waiting for this gap potentially to get inverse before I can think about going short. Appreciate the likes. Thank you. But we want structure to form, right? I don't want to just take a short just because, you know, it's tapping into this level. And I know selling pressure is going to step in. Maybe some people take a quick 10-point scalp. Maybe. I would rather wait for structure to form. See how it's kind of bouncing. So now if we can kind of like, if we would break this level now and start closing, now this becomes resistance, right? If we could break this level and inverse this gap and it comes back up, it'll test this as resistance to potentially go back down. So far, I mean, it's still making, there's the high. It's still making higher highs. Patience, patience. It just broke that high again. Does it keep going, or if it keeps going, that's fine. It could do. You can see the, let's look at the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute chart. Right, you can see it's kind of, we got a pivot point up there, right? Let me see, or that's just on the, yeah, we got a pivot point here. So far, man, this thing is pushing. Man, we have, what? I don't think we have any other. Go back to the 15-minute real quick. I mean, other than that, not much. We do have a small, I mean, we do have a level kind of there, but we'll see. If it can get through this pivot, my next area of interest would kind of be that. We'll mark out another level. There is another level there, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. So far, when's the next 15-minute? Oh, we got 1 minute till the next 15-minute candle opens. If this 15-minute candle opens very strong, then this kind of invalidates it. Invalidates the trade. We got 10 seconds left. 10 seconds. Let's see. 15-minute. Yeah, I mean, it's not really closing. I wouldn't say strong, but we'll see. There's still a possibility. I mean, it's not like... See what happens at this. No, it kind of invalidates it now. Alright, well, that invalidated that trade. Let's see, 15-minute again. There is another level at, right there. If it can get there, I mean... It's not the best level, but it is a level of interest. What I'm kind of looking at is this level right here, right? We had this tap in, and then we had this massive sell-off after that level, so potentially we'll see. That's kind of the last level until... We'll see. We'll see. Tapping that pivot, and it's starting to reject off that pivot. Man. Kind of a bummer that... Do you trade AMC? No. I traded AMC a long time ago. I don't do stocks. I do futures. I stick with futures. I trade NQ futures every single day. Well, Monday, that it's open. Alright, if we push through this level, potentially start moving up. Interesting. This thing is strong. This thing is strong. This thing has a lot of strength. I mean, we've been ripping ever since I mean, yeah, that's the next level. If we could get through this, my next level of interest is this 340 level. If we could get to that 340 level. If not, I mean, my next level would be, for a long, would be 330. It is paired with that view up, kind of. We'll see. We haven't gotten there. So, man, this thing is just... It's got a lot of strength to the upside. We don't really have news, so... Starting to kind of slow down. We got 10 minutes till to that hourly candle opens. I could tell you're upset you did not take this trade a while back. This one? I mean, I'm bummed out it didn't go in my... I didn't take the trade. I'm not upset. It just didn't work out. I never took the entry, so I never lost money, so I'm not upset about that. But it's all right. But if I don't take the trade, I wait for another level to hit. It's capital preservation. What are we looking at? NQ futures, right? My next level now is up here. I mean, if we could get up there, the 340 level would be another area of interest. Other than that, I mean, this level now is invalidated. I was looking for a potential short. I knew we could have a selling pressure start to step in at this area, right? And it did a little bit, but nothing compared to the buying pressure. So obviously, buying pressure was greater, so had a little bit of a pullback, but couldn't really even. I was looking to get long if it could inverse this gap, and right, we just kept pushing up, never got an entry. So now that 15-minute candle closed, and you can see now it's invalidated. Well, that's a 10-minute chart. Now it's invalidated, right? So it's not gonna sweep it anymore. That closed, and it's starting to keep pushing. Bruh. There was a beautiful red reversal candle down there when it started. Yeah, but I know, although I know there's going to be some form of selling pressure at that area, I still don't want to short it just because, you know, I mean, you can if you take a quick 10-point scalp, but I want confirmations that it wants to go lower, right? Like a confirmation would be if it took out the high, right, started to kind of push up, failed to make a new high, or made a new high and dumped and went through this level, inverse this gap, then this level would become resistance. I take a short, right, because I know this is going to become resistance for it to keep going down. And then I could see if this would have inversed it. I mean, we have a straight shot potentially for these lows right here, or like a high right here. So around this 200 would be the target. There's a straight shot, but it couldn't, you know, get through that. I'm not shorting nothing this week. It's a green week for sure. Last week was red. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with shorting when you could see it. We're in an uptrend, so you do have to be careful if you're going against the trend. It's not, you know, obviously we're in an uptrend. It's a very clear uptrend, but you know, I'm a scalper. I'm not somebody who's holding long term. So, and you could see we took out this level. See, we had this level. We took it out. We swept it, and ever since it's been pushing up. So, we wait for our levels. Too dangerous to short anything. Try to go with the trend. Yeah, I mean, going with the trend is always smart. If you do take a short, the problem that a lot of people make with, you know, there's the saying, right? Don't catch a falling knife. Like, if typically going against the trend is not smart. If you do go against the trend, you have to wait for price to kind of show you that it wants to go lower, right? You don't just willy-nilly, just like right now, right? You don't just take a short just because we're having a pullback right now. Like, a lot of people see this and they're like, oh, let's go short. You want to wait for it to confirm that it wants to keep going short, right? If it starts making structure to the downside, then potentially you could start going short. Or if it starts like inversing a gap, you could take a quick scalp to an area, to a level. But holding, yeah, you got to be careful. I guarantee you some people went short right here. And then watch, we're going to get a pop and it's going to keep going up. But yeah, but like, for example, right, if you were looking for a short potentially, right, if this price would start kind of pushing up and it failed to make a new high and then it dumped below this low, well, now you're looking at this as resistance. So now it's going to come back up, potentially tap it, and then continue going down. So see, you could tell how structure would change to the downside. But structure is still to the upside. It's still, right? It could pull back. It could pull back, kind of test this level right here, and then continue going up. I kind of wanted to keep going. I wanted to go up because I wanted to hit that level. If it doesn't continue going up, right, then we'll see about taking a long all the way down there. Hey, what's up, Derek? Using NinjaTrader? Yeah. Is the free version worth it? I don't know if it's different, the free version. I think it's, I mean, yeah, I think it's worth it. I don't know how the free version, I mean, I think I have the free, I don't pay for NinjaTrader. I don't pay for anything, so I just don't know if it's different, because I use a prop firm with it. So and rip again, yeah, exactly. The amount of people that probably just went short right there just because they saw this little pullback and they thought, oh, this is the top, let me go short, and then they get you know, ripped apart. The commissions are different compared to monthly $99. I wouldn't, don't pay any monthly plan. I don't think there's a, I don't know of any monthly plan. I would, if you go the prop firm route, you don't pay no monthly plan. You don't pay no monthly plan, no nothing. The only monthly plan you would pay is like if you're with a prop firm and you're doing evaluations or stuff like that. That's the only thing you pay with NinjaTrader. But on NinjaTrader side, you don't pay anything. It's going to keep going up as strong. Get into to 10 points. Yeah, I hope it keeps going up. We still got a decent amount of room for my next level, but I'm gonna be patient. Let me look back on the 15-minute chart, right? I could kind of tell it has. Kind of zoom in. I mean, it could revert. It could still. But my next area of interest, yeah, would be like this top right here. And then after that would be that, but. Right, so now the theory is this has to hold, right? Now that we kind of broke out. We kind of broke out of this. Now this would hold as support. So if we start getting pulled back, now this has to hold as support. That blue line that I drew has to hold as support for us to keep going up. Yo, what's up, JR? Good job, if I would have taken that long. Let's go in that. Oh, let's go into the R2. Where is it? Yeah, I'm staying patient. That pivot point, that's a good level too. I mean, I don't think it's gonna get there anytime soon, but who knows? Thank you, I have Fidelity. Been watching you do futures trading. I'm trying to research. Yeah, do your research. You gotta kind of become obsessed with learning about it and just watching the markets. And be patient. That's the biggest thing, is be patient. And, you know, don't be like looking to take every single trade. Just have your setup. Be patient for your levels. You get confirmations and take the trades. I mean, you can, at the end of the day, you can only do what you could do, right? You could get into a trade. You can't control the outcome of the trade. Once you get into a trade that you like, you don't know the outcome of it. You're just going based off probability. So you manage your risk correctly. And, you know, if you take a win, you take a win. You take a loss, and you move on to the next trade. But that's one of the only things you can control is the outcome, and controlling the losses. Meaning, if you're in a trade and you realize this is not going to, you don't like the way the price is moving, you can always get out of the trade for a small loss and then potentially re-enter the trade. Like, you don't have to, you know, be stuck in this trade. for a full stop out. You can always get out early. So right now, prices, I mean, we got room. I at this point, I think we're going for that level, but I think we got that level. We're starting to push. There's going to be some resistance here, but I mean, overall, that's, we'll see. Let's see how it pans out. Man, we are just pushing. You know what's crazy? Last week was like a sell-off. It would just open and it would sell off. This week gonna be just rips all day. You had it up there a while ago. If you look at the 4 hour, it's just get going. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's got room to that 350, well, the 359 level. Yeah. So this is going to be a pretty decent area. We got a lot of resistance up here, up in this level right there. There's a lot of resistance up in that level. Is it that 346 level? Yeah. Yeah, so that's going to be the next. We got a lot of no, this is NQ futures. And you could kind of tell, right? Look at this. If I go, let's see. Hold on, let me try to do something real quick. If I go to the 30-minute. Man, I don't know why it has so much trouble. I can't. But, right, if you look at this kind of, what is up with the chart today? But that level is looking interesting for we got a lot of resistance up here. So then we're gonna start looking for reverse this morning around 7 a.m. green wick in my group. Historical week for crypto. 7 a.m. See what? Interesting. We'll see. We'll see. I just stick to price action. I stick to whatever the chart tells me. Wherever price is trying to, you know. Price kind of like paints a story, right? It almost like it shows you where, right? It shows you where it wants to go, where, you know, are buyers more strong, sellers more strong at certain levels, and if we could get that, if we could get up here around 10:30, if we could start reversing up there, looking for that level would be the problem is waiting for price to get there. Price is gonna freaking I wish I could just shoot up there and but we just been ripping. Rip it, rip it, rip it. Rip it, rip it, rip it. Come on. So see, I mean, this is the hard part about price, right? It'll go up, it'll pull back, kind of like find a support to continue going back up, right? It'll pull back, find a support to continue going back up. It's never just a straight shot. Like kind of like this, right? It's a straight shot up. That's very rare for it to just continue, right? Typically, like look at these pullbacks. These pullbacks are very shallow, meaning as soon as we get any form of like a selling pressure, buyers start stepping in aggressively. Like the fact that price didn't even pull back to this level right here shows that, I mean, buyers are pretty strong. Any little pullback, they're buying it right up. See, any little pullback, starting to buy it up. Shows that it's hunting buy side liquidity. Yeah, well that next liquidity is up there at 340. That 340 level is the next area. Kind of this level right here. If we can get up there and we can start tapping that area out, and selling pressure could start stepping in, you know, structure starts to change, then it kind of shows you that. But right now, I mean, that's the next form of liquidity that it's moving to, if it goes up there. And then the next after that is a long ways away also. So we'll see. Uh-oh, come on, NQ. Don't reverse here. Not a good spot to reverse. Let me get in. 280 some liquidity. 280. Let me look. Yeah, there is, but I look for really big levels of. I look for a lot of like. There is liquidity, but that's a very small level of liquidity. It could blow through that without even. Like I look for levels like this, right? Like this, right? You see price kind of like have a big sell-off after it hits a certain level and it sells off dramatically, right? Look, it hit this certain level right here, and then we got a massive sell-off after that dramatic sell-off. Same thing, like you look at what happened here, right? Look at what happened in this area right here, right? You had this massive sell-off, price started to rip, and then when price came back down, right, you could see it took out this low right here, it took it out, and then we started to rip all the way back up after taking out this low. So that's what I'm looking for. It takes out that level, we get massive buying pressure start to step in after taking out that level. So that's kind of why I had these kind of marked out. We had a massive move after tapping into this level. Obviously this level would be interesting, but I don't think we're gonna get down there, so I didn't even mark it. It's gonna go way up today along with Asia and London. We just had a massive flash crash. V-trades continue higher. Future reason they will always continue to go higher. I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, we're not, but here's the thing, we're not going to just continue going higher all day long. Most likely, we're going to get some form of a pullback, rejection, right? Like, structure now is starting to show early signs of changing. Maybe it won't, but It didn't even get up there. It's showing, dang it, this kind of sucks. If it reverses here, I do not want it to reverse here. But, right, price is going to have pullbacks. I'm not someone who's going to hold. I'm not someone who's holding for, you know, all day long or for hours. I'm literally just, I'm scalping. So, I scalp for like 50, 60 points. So, it's not really anything that worries me if we continue going up. Who knows? We could get a massive pullback. It's still going up, but we could get a massive pullback to continue going back up. Like we are now. Structure now. See, this is kind of early signs of structure changing. Maybe. So, like, now, if price comes back up and holds this as resistance and it continues going down, that's showing you that structure is changing to the downside. R1, get in, my friend. It's just not my it's not my strategy. That's the problem. Is even though I kind of see what price is doing, I don't take trades because it's not my strategy. So now look at price. Look at it. Now if it bounces off here, it's got to hold this 239 level as resistance to, and if it holds this as resistance and continues going down, that's structure changing. Yeah, these pivot points hold a lot. As I don't have these pivot points here for like to take trades off of. I have them here for just if I'm in a trade to see where those pivot points are, because they do hold as levels. But just because I know it hold as levels, I'm not gonna just buy randomly off, you know. It's not my trade. I mean, it's just not my strategy. So I don't want to take stuff that's not my. Like, I know price has to hold here, right, for it to continue. Now, let's see what happens here. This is interesting. Is it going to continue pushing up, or is this going to act as resistance? Now, if sellers step in here, if we hold this as resistance and we keep going down, that's structure changing. So if we break down this low right here, then structure starting to change. Great 50-point trade going up. I mean, I see why. I mean, yeah. I see why you would take a long there, but we only had, what? Not even. We had like 30 points. It didn't even hit 50 points. I mean, I see you could have went long here and then had your stop below the lows of here, but I don't want to trade a different strategy on these accounts. I want to trade my... But it's still strong. Yeah, I mean, it is still strong. Like I said, until structure starts to change, we'll see. I personally hope it keeps going up. I hope it goes up to this level right here, because this is my area of interest for a short, another short. And typically, I know with NQ, I've been trading NQ, right, a long time. I know at 10:30, we typically get some form of a reversal at 10:30. So I love it when my setup starts to pair up with... I love it when my setup starts to pair up with that 10:30. Like if I'm going short at 10:30, I love it. Because a lot of times I understand that we get... I don't know why it happens, but a lot of times there's a reversal at 10:30. If I do get a setup, it's just an extra level of like confirmation. It's not coming down no more. I don't know. Price is starting to look like it is potentially See what happens here. This is very interesting to see what happens here. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Alright, hold on. Let me see. Still breaking. Ah, crap. All right, we're still making higher highs. So now, right? Let's see what happens here. So structure is still to the upside. It hasn't changed. But yeah, that was a good bounce. If you took that, if that was your setup, you took that bounce. It's going to that R2. Kind of making a double top here. A lot of... Man. We'll see. Oh, I need it to go up. Come on. I mean, you could kind of see on the bigger time frame why it's having so much trouble here. Where is it? Let me actually go to... I don't know why my higher time frames have such a hard time loading. Like, there's a lot of let me see. Let me go to the 15-minute. So this level right here, right? Right, this level right here is holding as resistance, right? That old support is holding as resistance. So if they get through that, we're going straight shot to that next level. But you can kind of understand why it's holding at this level, because there's a big form of resistance right there. Go along now. Again, another entry. It's not my strategy. If I do have, I was actually thinking about doing this, trading this strategy, but I would need more accounts. The thing about it is, with my accounts, every set of accounts, I want different strategies for different accounts. I don't want to trade a bunch of different strategies on one account, because then I don't know what's working, what's not working. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I have to. Like, I know what I'm waiting for. That's the thing. Is like, I'm not just sitting here and, like, you know, waiting for something I don't even know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something very specific to happen, and then I get in. And all I need is, right, a quick entry, and get in, make my money, get out, and walk away, and, you know, move on to something else. We're having a lot of trouble there, though. Oh, man. The thing about what happens when people continue trading and just keep trading and trading and trading, they give it back, right? Yeah, you'll have a couple good trades, but if you continue trading, you're going to give that money back. What's STLA mean? Life a risk? Everything in life is a risk. Everything you do in life is a risk. So it's like, but the thing about it is you have to take calculated risks. Very, like, you know, risk that makes sense, not just Oh, I don't trade stocks. I trade, I just trade NASDAQ. I don't like to trade stocks because there's too much to look out for. Oh, you... Get out of here, spam. It should come back to R1 again to make a double bottom. Stocks are better if you know where you're going to certain companies. Well, stocks, you're always look. I used to trade stocks. I've traded stocks. I've traded penny stocks. I've traded all sorts of things. Futures for me is the best, just because I get to watch the same thing every single day, and I know it's like characteristics. I know how it likes to move. NASDAQ. Right, I've been doing this for 2 years. I've been watching NASDAQ every day for 2 years. I know how it moves versus like penny stocks and all like different kind of stocks. And you have to keep an eye out on news. What's going on in the news? What's the biggest mover for today? What's going, like, you're always trying to, like, you know, I don't like that. Some people like it. If you like it, that's awesome. I like to watch the same thing. I don't even go by news. What company has earnings coming out, what company's news story is positive, and, you know, I just go based off price action. Whatever price is doing, I'll sit there and just watch price action. I think that's the biggest skill you can learn, is learning how to watch price action and figuring out those specific areas in the market, those very tiny areas that give you edge, right? Where the probability is more in your favor, right? Where you're kind of the house, where when you take the trade, probability is more in your favor than against you to go to your target. No, I don't trade crypto. I had crypto, I sold it all. I made some money on it, but I don't day trade crypto or any. If I did crypto, it'd be like a long-term hold. It wouldn't be day trading. The only thing I day trade is NASDAQ futures. Do you take any trades or just what? No, I take trades. I'm not like your other like your other traders where they're just willy-nilly just taking trades just to take trades because they're live streaming, so they feel like they have to take trades. I wait for my levels. My first level was right here, right? That's why you see all this marked out here. This was the first level of interest. It blew past my level. I never got I never got an entry, so I stayed out of it, right? And I'm waiting for my next level to potentially get hit and for it to give me an entry. So yeah, I do take trades. I'm just very patient with my trades. I'm not, I have profits. I don't want to give away my profits, right? I'm up. The biggest part of trading is also capital preservation. It's the biggest thing also, right? You could take amazing trades, but if you take amazing trades, and then you end up taking dumb trades and you just give away all your profits, right, from your good trades by taking dumb trades, and you just give away all your profits, then, right, it doesn't really help you. You're just you just continue making back losses, and you're in this cycle of just like always making back losses. Every time you take a good trade, you take a dumb trade. Every time you take a good... So if only people would, I think, and this goes for myself, I'm speaking to myself first, like being very patient and taking the good setups, right? Like I can even take these 1 minute like sweeps, but I know just based off of history, I know like 1 minute sweeps and 1 minute like anything in the lower time frame has less probability, right, for it to work out. So that's why I have these bigger time frame levels marked out. There's a higher chance that when it does hit those levels, my trade is gonna work, versus taking like 1 minute. Yeah, like taking a bunch of trades, right, on the 1 minute would be entertaining, but I'm looking to make money. I'm not looking to be, just willy-nilly just blowing accounts. I don't have money to be blowing accounts to just keep resetting accounts. So I'm patient. It's having a lot of trouble here though. Kind of a bummer. Like, how do I get funded? If you've never traded, I mean, I would just start learning about it. Learn different strategies. Just kind of, you have to become obsessed with it. You become obsessed with it. You learn different strategies. Try to figure out what strategy works for you. Get a simulated account where there's fake money. You can get a simulated account. You can practice different types of strategies. See what you like, and then once you figure out a strategy you like, you can go to a fund with a prop firm with futures. And then you could use a prop firm to pass an evaluation. When you pass an evaluation, they give you a funded account. And then in your funded account, you reach a certain profit target. And then after that, you can start taking withdrawals. So after that, you can, start taking monthly payouts if you can. Use TGR strategy. It's how the market moves. Yeah, TGR has a good strategy. He trades similar to me, but not exactly, like, although, like, I think it was like 3 days ago, and this is what I like to do also. I like to, after like trading, and I take very specific setups, right, at the end of the day, I'll look at different people who trade too, right, on YouTube and stuff like that, and see what trades they took. And it's very interesting to be able to see that even though our strategies are a little bit different, you still end up taking similar trades to other people. So, like, I think it was last week. I remember last week, I took a trade. I think it was like last Thursday. I took a trade, and later that day, I was on YouTube or something, and I saw TJR's like his trade recap video, and he literally took the same trade as me. He took the same exact trade. I took the same exact trade as him. Almost to the exact candle close, I took the same trade. Now, he had different profit targets than I did, but like, it's interesting to see how like somebody that has a little bit different of a strategy sees this similar thing happen. Because he goes off of order blocks, like entries. His entries are like off order blocks and stuff like that. But it's very like, it's reassuring when you can like, see other people take trades and you take similar trades and both of you made money. It's pretty cool. But yeah, the way the market moves, and this is the way I look at it, right? The way I see the market move, right? Market likes to fill imbalances. and it likes to take out highs and lows, or some people call liquidity, whatever you want to call it. Highs and lows, liquidity, same thing. But that's how the market moves. Like if you look on the 15 minutes chart, right? Look what happened. Before this whole move happened, look what happened, right? Look what price did here, right? This was a major level. This level right here is a major level of liquidity. Sorry, right there. So what happened before this whole massive move happened? Price came down, it took out that level, and then look at that. Ever since it's been going up, and we're at these highs already. So before it made this massive move, right, it took out this level before making that massive move. So it likes to take out these levels, and that's why I have these major levels marked out for me to get an entry potentially. It takes out that level and then shows me that buyers are stepping in, and then I can get in with the tiny waves. I don't need to catch this massive move, right? All I need to catch is a sliver of this move, and that's it. That's all I need. Yeah, I don't use a lot of confluences, only liquidity, so you break a structure, fair value, IFVG, and sometimes order blocks. Yeah, I don't use a lot of confluences too, or indicators, or the more things you have, the more things start to kind of contradict each other sometimes. So you don't want, I don't think you need more than 3 confluences. 3 confluences I think are perfect. For me, what I need is pretty much, right, a higher time frame sweep, and then I need to see buyers are stepping in aggressively, and then a gap to get inversed. That's it. Gap gets inversed, buyers, liquidity gets swept, buyers step in aggressively, a gap gets inversed, I take my long to the next internal liquidity point. Some people take partials along the way. I take my full TP at a liquidity point. Whether it's an internal, external, whatever it is. But I think a lot of people, I'm stuck trading stocks and they move like shit. Go to futures. What I would recommend is do NQ futures, man. NQ futures moves good. And you get to watch the same thing every day. You don't have to chase different stocks. You literally get to watch NQ and take trades off of NQ. It moves good pretty much, 90% of the time NQ is moving really good. Look how it's moving. All day it's been moving really, it's been strong all day. Not really my strategy because it's been pushing, but it's been moving. It moves really good. And if you want to be a little more conservative and not something this crazy, go to ES. ES is a little more, not as crazy as NQ. It's going to make a ABC pattern and then fly again. Yeah, possible. It's kind of forming a bull flag right now. I need penny markets because I have 2K margin account. Don't trade your own money. Look into futures prop firms. Futures prop firms is the way to, in my opinion, is the way to go right now. There's no reason to use your own money, really. Especially if you're learning, do not use your own money. You want as less money in the market as possible because you're learning, you're going to lose money. So if you can get a futures account, like a prop firm evaluation, if you can buy an account for 30 bucks, pay $140 activation fee when you pass the evaluation, right? You pass an evaluation, say it's $33. You get that account, activation fee is like 140 bucks. So under 200 bucks. And then if you can get that to a payout and you can take a $2,000 payout and you invested 200 bucks and take a $2,000 payout, that's a crazy return on your investment. And then eventually you learn it, you end up getting more and more accounts. I have 10 accounts. I have 10 accounts right now and I'm trying to get 4 more accounts. So you got to think about it. If you have 10 accounts or even 10 accounts, you make 100 bucks on 10 accounts is $1,000 in one day. Right? You make 500 bucks per account, 10 accounts, $5,000 in one day. I'm done learning and working. My parents letting me get a funded. Well, we're always you're always kind of learning. You're always figuring out like, and I think you have to stick to a strategy. If you don't stick to a strategy and always hopping around, it really hurts your learning. Like if you stick to one strategy and you're able to tweak it to make sure and learn from what you're doing wrong, it really does help. I used to strategy hop all the time when I was learning, but funded accounts are very powerful, especially if you know how to trade. If you know how to trade, they're very powerful. And they're a good tool to learn how to trade too, because you're not investing a crazy amount of money to open up a live account. Especially when you're learning, you're going to lose money. So you gotta try to invest as little money as possible, because you're going to lose money. It's not a matter of if you're gonna lose, it's how much you're gonna lose until you actually learn it and get it down. It's coming from someone who lost a lot of money. What I was learning. Man, price is just stuck. Bruh, who's got... Let's go. Price. Mirror trading. Yeah, copy trading. Well, I have two sets of... Yeah, I copy trade accounts. But I have two sets of accounts. I have 10 accounts that are funded, and then I have 4 accounts that I'm passing right now that I'm trying to get funded. So once I get these 4 accounts, I'll have 14 accounts funded. And I'll have 2 groups of accounts, right? So I copy trade the first 10 sets of accounts, I copy trade, and then these sets of accounts I also copy trade. Copy trading is powerful, especially with prop firms. Copy trading, I'm telling you, man, it's if you make like $200 a day on 10 accounts, $2,000, obviously you got to know what you're doing to get to that level, but like that's powerful. If you can end up making $2,000 days, can you imagine how big of an account you need in a live market to make $2,000 a day? You need a huge size. Your account needs to be massive. Bull flag. Breakout. What does funded mean? Meaning you're paper trading in some new concept of prop. Yeah, the way prop firms... So here's the way prop firms work, right? You have thousands of people trying to pass evaluations, thousands of people who are essence, they're gambling, right? Most people that trade prop firms aren't trying to learn, they're trying to get a quick payout, which it doesn't work. So you have a bunch of people, and the way it works is you have to pass an evaluation. They give you a profit target, and they give you a amount of money you're able to lose. It's a simulated account, it's not real money. You have to hit that profit target. Once you hit that profit target, right, they'll put you, you activate that account. Some prop firms have activation fees where you have to pay like $140 to activate the account. Then you have an actual, like, it's still simulated money, but now you're able to take payouts on the account. So you have to follow certain rules. You get to a certain profit target, and then after that buffer, you're able to, after a certain amount of days, you follow the rules, you're able to request payouts, whether it's $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, you know, whatever, how much money you can request. And then you can request payouts, you know, and you can continue doing that as long as you don't blow the account. And then if you blow the account, you have to pass evaluation again, get funded, and it starts all over again. But that's typically how they work. And the way it works is they pay you out based on the other people that fail the accounts. The amount of people failing accounts is crazy. So they end up, you know, you get payouts, and then if you prove to yourself that you can get payouts time and time again, over time, they'll put you, a lot of prop firms will put you in an actual live account. So what they do is they take your profits from that simulated account and they'll put it in a live account for you. You know, because, you know, they don't want to keep, if you know what you're doing, they don't want to continue paying you out. So a lot of them will put you in a live account. Or you can take a bunch of payouts and then move your money to a live account. So it depends on what you want to do. I mean, there's so many prop firms right now that you could trade that I personally wouldn't I wouldn't move to a live account until, like, you know, I don't know, until if something happens to prop firms. But other than that, I don't see a reason why. The return on your investment is so crazy. If you know how to trade and you can, you know, potentially invest, you know, under 200 bucks and get thousands of dollars in payouts from a $200 investment, that's a really good return on your money. And it's a good way of learning too. Instead of losing a bunch of your own money. Oops. It's a good way of learning how to trade. Are you gonna get this bull flag breakout? Which one are you doing? I'm doing Apex. I have Apex trader funding. But you always want to go with reputable prop firms. You don't want to go, there's a lot of no-name prop firms that start out. You don't want to go with a prop firm that just started. You want to go with prop firms that are proven to pay people out. If you follow the rules, they'll pay you out. That's what you want to go with. Top Steps are very reputable. What the heck, dude? Top Step is a very reputable prop firm. Apex is a very reputable prop firm. There's Tradeify. So there's a handful of prop firms that are like, have been in the space for a very long time. It's absolutely wild. You pay 140 to trade someone else's capital and you get payout on that. Yeah, it's not, but the thing about it is, even though you can get payouts, it's still not, like, it's not real money. Meaning, the account they put you in is a simulated account, but if you follow the rules, they will pay you. Bro, what the heck? Someone keeps calling me. But it's a simulated account, but if you follow the rules, they will give you payouts. So, but yeah, you can essentially, if you learn how to trade and you know what you're doing and you're able to manage risk, right? It's a lot harder than it sounds, but if you know how to trade and you learn how to trade, yeah, you can essentially invest very little money and get payouts. But here's the thing. When you're learning, right, you can learn on a simulated account. I mean, you can technically learn on open up a brokerage account and just trade fake money, trade simulated money, learn a strategy, figure that out. That's the best way to go. And then jump to prop firms. Because you're going to lose money. And if you're losing money trading, like if you're losing money learning, you want to trade fake money so that you can lose fake money, and then once you've proven that you can trade with fake money, you can start passing prop firm accounts and all that. And then the difference between making little money and a lot of money is with prop firms, you can copy trade, right? Or it's just your account size. That's the only difference. You can keep your same strategy and just get more accounts. And there's a difference between you making $100 and you making, you know, $1,000. But Thinkorswim paper. Yeah, Thinkorswim has paper trading. I don't know how, honestly, I don't know how their futures thing is. I know they have a futures, like you could trade futures on there. I've never traded futures on Thinkorswim. I do use it for charting, but I use NinjaTrader. I think NinjaTrader, you can have a simulated account with NinjaTrader and just trade simulated money until you've learned a strategy. This is what I use. This chart I have right now is NinjaTrader. Double bottom at R1 take a long. Think so? I don't know, man. If I take a long and I lose money, I'm gonna be pissed because it's not my strategy. And here's the thing, if I take a trade and it's not my strategy and I lose, I'm gonna be pissed. But if I take a trade and it was my strategy and I know it was my strategy and I took a loss, I'm not gonna be mad because I took my strategy. But if I wanted to take a different strategy, like I said, I would get more accounts. I would have to trade them on different accounts because I want different sets of accounts with different strategies. I don't want to trade, you know, 3 different strategies on one account. Then it just becomes very messy. It could potentially do that. If we're getting a bull flag, I've seen this happen before where it looks like a bull flag, and what happens is it comes down, it takes out this low right here, and then it rips right back up. So essentially what it does is come down, stops people out that saw this bull flag, and people are getting in because they're like, oh, it's a bull flag, it's gonna rip. And then it comes down, takes out this low, and then it rips. So it could take out this low and then rip. I could see that happening. Oh, my bad. This mic has a little tap thing. Every time I touch it, they put the tap thing in the wrong spot, so I accidentally mute it. Man, this is the hardest part about a lot of times, right? Hard thing about trading is potentially sitting and watching price action and not even taking a trade for the day. Like, that's significantly better than taking a dumb trade and then you come back tomorrow and all you're doing is making back a loss. So I'd rather be patient. I mean, if I don't get a setup today, I don't get a setup. I can come back tomorrow, get a setup, and then make money. But what I don't want to do is be impatient, take a dumb trade, and then come back tomorrow and then get a good setup, and then just all I'm doing is making back the loss I took today. So that's why I become like very... And the longer you trade, the more patient I think you get, because you just get so sick and tired of taking dumb losses that you just become patient. It's like you stick your fingers in an outlet, you get shocked enough times, you learn to not stick your fingers in the outlet anymore. Some people learn it after one time, some people it takes them 20 times. The balance range threw me off. This range that it's... I know why it's... I mean, I see why it's ranging, because it's... There's a lot of... On a bigger time frame, there's a resistance level. If you go to the 15-minute even time frame, or even a larger time frame, this right here. This is the reason why it's having so much trouble getting through, right? Because it tapped into this level right here, and there's a lot of resistance here. So it's having a hard time getting through that level, so we'll see what happens. Is it going to take out this low and then move back up? For me, it's my supply zone. To take a short, or... Yep, there it goes. What's an ABC pattern? Is that the same thing as a bull flag? I feel like that's the same thing as a bull flag. Let me see. I heard about it. I don't... No, there's so much. There's A, B, C, D, A, B... Oh. It's kind of like a bull... Nah, not really, but... Yeah, it is a ABC pattern, but... Actually... I don't trade much patterns. I like to see them if I know about them, but like it's cool to recognize them. Oh, that's your strategy? That's interesting. Has it happened that often, or you... I feel like something like that, you even have to be more patient than I am, because I feel like that happens less often than like what I trade, what I look for. Did you pass your evaluations? Not yet. I have, let me see. I'll tell you right now. 3 of my accounts, I'm at 1,000 in profit on 3 of my accounts, and then on the 4th account, 1,800 in profit. I need to get to 3,000, so I got a little ways to go, but yeah, not yet. Yeah, close. It's close. It's close. I'm being patient. I don't want a couple really bad trades and I can be back to break even, which I don't want to. Right now we have this this gap. I mean, the inverse is this gap. We could potentially keep going higher if it. There it is. My opinion, we're gonna take out these highs now. I think we're gonna take out the highs. Inverse that gap. It swept this liquidity. Inverse that gap. But I don't want to take these 1 minute. I've gotten wrecked so many times on these 1 minute ones, where I'm just like, oh my gosh. Where did you learn how to do this? Just becoming obsessed with it and watching the market, watching a bunch of YouTube videos and learning that way. I just watched a bunch of YouTube videos, a bunch of people, this person's strategy, this person's strategy, this person. And compared with watching a bunch of YouTube videos and watching the market every single day, you starts to become, you know, pretty easy. Not easy. Trading never gets easy. I'm saying like reading price action gets easier. That's what I meant to say, not easy. Trading never I don't think trading ever becomes easy. Realized keeping it simple was easy for me, so supply and demand. Supply and demand is a very good strategy too, yeah. I think my strategy is very similar to supply and demand. Like these levels I have marked out are pretty major levels of like supply and demand. But like supply and demand is more of a zone, right? Like a supply zone, a demand zone. So you're looking at a whole zone. I'm looking at just one level for it to get swept out and then to confirm that but it's very similar. How did you get the line on your screen? Which one? This one or the major levels? So pretty much my strategy, and this is exactly why I don't take these sweeps on the 1 minute chart. Look at this. I've gotten wrecked so many times by this kind of stuff that I stopped doing it. And look at this. I would have been pissed right now. I'm so glad I didn't. That's funny. That line you drew, I thought it was a hair. I need to get a hair filter for the chart. Holy sell-off. The yellow line, I thought it was a dog hair on my phone. Yeah, it's the dog hair filter. It's the dog hair indicator. Imagine if someone did that. Imagine if someone's like staring at, I could see that happening. Someone's like staring at their phone. They got like a piece of dog hair on their phone, and they think it's like a 200, it's a 200-day EMA, and this little dog hair, and price comes to that dog hair, and they end up buying it, and they actually make money. Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Well, let me see. 1, 2. Oh, you're good. I'm just making sure I didn't. We haven't made any crazy new highs unless Trump tweeted something. Yeah, we need Trump to tweet something. We need Trump to tweet something, but we need some kind of like, we need some kind of indicator or something to tell us when, like for example, right? We know when news is coming out, right? We have the calendar. We know 10 o'clock news is coming out. 10 o'clock, this type of news is coming out. So we can like prepare ahead of time. There needs to be a similar thing for Trump tweet. Like 10 o'clock, Trump tweet incoming. 10 o'clock, all right, we got a Trump tweet at 10 o'clock. So we can stay out of the trade. So many times he tweets something and then price starts moving crazy. Did he really? He did an announcement of new leader of the Fed. Did he really make that announcement? JP's leaving? Wow. Is that why the market's pushing? Everyone wants him gone? I guess everyone wants Jerome Powell gone because the market just ripped. Oh, it's a Fed member, not Powell? Oh, okay. Is your bias buys? Right now, no. I'm waiting. I have my major levels. I'll show you. So I was waiting for this level right here for price to come in, take it out, and then potentially start moving lower. So I want price to move up still, but there's no entry for me right now. Right now, structure is not looking good for buys. I'll tell you that. Structure is not looking good for buys. Damn, it's already 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Structure is starting to kind of shift to sells. If it was Powell, it would be tanking right now. Yeah, that's on thought. If some news came out that Powell was leaving or something was happening, I feel like market would react very negatively toward that. Especially if someone didn't get announced. The market does not like indecision. The market does not like something it doesn't know. So like, for example, if Powell was to like quit and nobody else would be appointed, market would go crazy because it does not like indecision or, you know. So I put a long at central pivot overnight. With the R1, this R1 pivot? I don't know what these R1 and PP mean. Pivot point, R1. I gotta look it up. It doesn't really matter to me, but it's kind of interesting what it means. I just know they're big levels. It was here Friday, I was correct. Poor job report. They revised the numbers and we lost. Oh, poor job report. Lost 245,000 jobs. That's crazy. How many trades have you placed since market opened? 0. I did not take any trades today so far. I did not get a setup. Market opened. I had this level of interest, right? We had this high right here. I marked out this high, I marked out this high, and I marked out a couple other levels. And the only one of my levels got tapped, right? It went past this level. I had this. If it would have showed me signs of weakness, I would have went short, but it never showed me that, so I never got into this trade. So I never took the trade, but this was a level, and then my next level was up here, and then didn't get there. So I'm not getting any entries. Then Trump fired the guy saying he did it on purpose to make them look bad. Oh, dang. Somebody did that on purpose? What? Roy, you're asking to get... Hold on, let me... How do you make money with this? Well, I'm staying out of the market. I don't know if you mean in today's price action or the market in general. But if you mean the market in general, you got to be very patient. I think that's a big reason a lot of people can't make money in the market is because they don't have the patience for it. Especially in today's social media, like a lot of people can't be patient, right? And it's very hard to be patient, especially when you're learning. Trading is a very It's something that's different than any other job in a sense of like, think about it this way, right? Typically when you start a business, the more you work at that business, the more money you make. Trading is the opposite, unless you're learning. When you're learning, it's different. But I'm saying when you've already have a strategy, trading, the less you work, typically the more money you make. Because the less you work, the more patient, the less trades you make, typically the more money you make because you're very patient on those trades. Versus if you're taking a bunch of trades, you just end up losing money. So right now, structure is starting to change right now. Right? We're starting to shift toward the short side. If this resistance can hold and it dumps through these lows, that's like the first sign that structure is changing, right? Because it's holding this as resistance. So invest first, trade second. Yeah, and never invest or trade more than you're able to lose. Because trading is always risky. I mean, anything can happen in trading. Short that. It's not I need to get different sets of accounts to do that. I'm not shorting this because it's not my strategy, even though I think this could go lower now. I think there's a very likelihood of this thing going lower. Structure now, and you could see structure shifting, right? If this can start making new lows below this 194 level, that confirms that structure has changed. Right now, this could still be a sweep, right? But once this breaks this 194 level, to me, that confirms structure's changed. Shorting is better for hedging. I never hedge. I've never hedged. All right, structure's changing. So like some people have a strategy. I know other people's strategy. Some people have a strategy. They're shorting at the break of this low. But not my strategy. This is NQ futures. And you can kind of see how, right, we're making higher highs, this whole, right? We have, hold on. What the? Right, we're having, hold on, let me make sure I get everything in the, right, we're having higher high, right, higher high, higher high. This was kind of a little bit of a shift, but now it's starting to change. Now we broke it, right? Failed to make a new high. Broke it. We're testing it as resistance. So now we're starting to kind of like show signs that we could go lower. Y'all shorting? I'm not shorting this, but its structure is starting to kind of shift, at least on a 1 minute. But we're still very bullish, right? You got to be careful. If someone's shorting, you got to be very careful. We're still bullish overall. Look at this. I mean, you look at the 15-minute chart, right? We have so many gaps right here. It could easily tap into this gap right here. But it's trying to hold this right here, right? This level I have marked out right here. Right now that we broke out of this level right here, this has to hold as support, right? For us to continue going up, this has to hold as support. So right now you could see it's trying to hold as support. It could, right? It could break down and tap into this gap before moving up. But yeah, we're very bullish, so you got to be careful with if shorting here is unless you're scalping, right? Unless you're scalping for a quick, like, you know, 30 points or 20 points or whatever, that's different. But like shorting for a long-term hold is very risky here. Raquan's probably loading up on some shorts right now. I don't know. It's been on an uptrend ever since when? Right here. When was August 1st? Is this Friday? So ever since here, it's been on an uptrend. So but on the higher time frame, we're on a downtrend. As you could see higher time frame structure. What's the suggested amount to start trading to learn? I wouldn't start invest any money. You can open up a brokerage account with a simulated account. You should be able to open up like a Ninja Trader account and just have a simulated account to trade. Or with prop firms, right? You could go with prop firms for a very low entry cost. Right now, like with Apex Trader funding, I think it's like $33. But make sure if you do use Apex, make sure you use a coupon code. Don't pay full price. For most prop firms always have some sort of a discount code. So don't ever pay full price for a prop firm. Right now, Apex right now is... But you can learn with simulated money. I would first learn, if you don't even have a strategy, I would first learn with simulated account with fake money. Like maybe like a Ninja Trader account with fake money. And get live data and just do your research and see if you're able to. What was I gonna? Oh, Apex. Let me see what Apex is off right now. Apex. Yeah, Apex is 80% off right now. So it's like $33 for a $50,000 account. Plus, if you pass it, then it's $140 to activate it. But Apex, yeah. Apex is the cheapest, but there are other prop firms that like, is take profits. The one that gives you eventually you can get daily payouts, I think, with it and stuff. Oh yeah, Take Profit has the thing where if you can get your fees, evaluation fees. If you pass it, they give it back to you. So there's a lot of prop firms with a lot of prop firms are always coming out with different kinds of like, you know, plans and different kinds of incentives kind of deal. Took 8K payout last week, best prop firm. It is a good prop firm. I used them before. I never was funded with them, but I took evaluation. I took one evaluation with them. But I would make sure before you even go to prop firms, I would make sure you have a strategy, you know, because you're going to be resetting prop firms. Like even if you get an evaluation account, you're going to fail it. Most likely. Nobody just starts going prop firm route and starts making a bunch of money. Like you're going to fail a bunch of... The amount of valuations I failed is like a lot. So everyone goes through it. So when you're learning, Apex is kind of the best one to go because Apex is the cheapest. Cheapest evaluations in the game is Apex. So and if you're patient, make sure if you get a $33 account, you know, and if you size correctly and your account lasts you all month and you're not just blowing your account in one day, you know, $33, if you can use it for a whole month and you could just keep learning on it, that's good. But what you don't want to be doing is buying a $33 evaluation, blowing it the next day, buying a $33 evaluation, blowing it the next day, and just keep doing that. Then it gets bad. And if you're doing that, you're sized incorrectly. You need to, you know, bring down your size. Because a lot of people do that. Bro, this price action is not it. Every time during no news days, we get this like price action that's just not good. And we're coming up, we're like 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, a lot of times at 11, right, we get momentum starts to die down after 11. That's why a lot of people step out after 11 o'clock. A lot of people step away from the charts after 11. Just because it starts to die down. We don't get these big moves anymore. Price takes forever to go anywhere. And if you do take a trade and you're stuck in sideways action, is the worst. You're just sitting there watching price go sideways while you're in a trade. That freaking sucks. But typically here's the other thing too, right? If we're above, if you got the view up, and I don't have view up on this chart right here. View up is usually around the 200, right? So, anytime we're above view up, we're pretty bullish. That's the general sense of the market. Anytime we're above view up, we're bullish. Anytime we're below view up, we're bearish. Is a good guideline to have. So you can see how you could see by paced out and price action how, right, structure is changing, right? We're starting to make these like moves lower. Bro, I am so hungry. Oh my gosh. I need to start waking up earlier and eating breakfast. I don't eat breakfast. I need to start. Ugh. I get too hungry. Maybe I'll trade better if I eat breakfast. Drop to 167th and pump to 167. Oh, yeah. This blue line is now going to hold as major support. Should hold as major support. It's a major level on a higher time frame. So that we broke out of that level. So now it comes back down. It could hold this as a really big support level. Stash some bananas around. I need to start eating on stream. Just get a bunch of bananas. Rename my whole channel the Banana Trader. That's 200 EMA, right? I know. If I use it too. Yeah, it's the 200. It's EMA? Yeah, I think it's EMA. Let me check. Yeah, it's EMA. Banana Trader. I should actually. Rebranding coming. The Banana Trader. And I need to get a banana suit. I sit here in a banana suit eating a banana. Get a bunch of banana wall art. I kind of like how this is going. I'm starting to get a vision. I could see it. Banana Trader. Yeah, it definitely would get viewers, that's for sure. Where can I get a banana suit? Does Amazon sell banana suits? Such a common EMA, all traders use that bounce along if they see it. Yeah, I use it kind of as a gauge for like, I know it's a big level, so it's an extra confluence for me. Like, see how it aligns perfectly with a major level? That's what I love to see. Or if I'm short and I'm around that level, I know there's going to be a bounce at that level, so I kind of maybe will take profits or It's more of a gauge for me than taking entries off of. I never take entries off of it, specifically just because we're there. But, and it moves around based on the time frame you are, right? So a 1 minute chart, right? You see it right here. See on the 1 minute chart how it's below price right now? And if you move to the 15-minute chart, let's see where it's at. Oh, it's similar. Okay, 15-minute chart's there. But a lot of times what you'll see is on the 15-minute chart, like, it'll be below price, and on the 15-minute chart, it'll be above price because it just looks at the past 200 candles. So if you look on the 1 minute chart, it's the last 200 candles on the 1 minute, and on the 15-minute chart, it's the last 200. So it holds a lot of weight on the 15-minute chart. Trump just said he's raising India tariffs over Russia oil buys. No reaction. So it wasn't that bad. Oh, he just... I need to have his... let me see. I need to have his Truth Social... Trump Truth Social. Let's see. August 1st at 2:09 p.m. August 1st. And he doesn't... This is a long time ago. There's a lot of advertisements on his Truth Social. Oh yeah, 24 minutes ago. 24 minutes ago, Trump. India is not only buying massive amounts of Russian oil, they are then... Wait. Is that... Yeah. India is not only buying massive amounts of Russian oil, they are then, for much of the oil purchased, selling it on the open market for big profits. They don't care how much people in Ukraine are being killed by Russian war machine. Because of this, I will be substantially raising the tariffs paid by India to the U.S. Thank you for your attention on this matter, President. For much of the oil purchase, selling it. Dang. India's getting hit. When was that? That was 25 minutes ago. So 25 minutes ago... Yeah, price didn't really react off that. That's crazy. That's surprising. That seems like pretty big news. I think with the tariffs thing, like, people already expect this whole tariff thing. Initially, when the tariffs just started to happen, price was crazy. If you saw the market when tariff news initially rolled out and it was fresh news, now everyone's used to it. Price is kind of like used to this tariff thing, unless it's something major that comes out of the blue that no one expects. But like when it first came out, price was absolutely crazy. It was so volatile, it was insane. I mean, you would get like... You would get like freaking 100-point moves in less than a minute. It was insane. Like that's... See, those are the kind of times, if you don't know how to manage your risk, if you don't know how to stay out of trades, like those are the times that will destroy your account. You take one bad trade, you mismanaged it, you took a big loss, you start revenge trading, one thing leads to another and you blow up your account. Each point was around 60, each candle was around 6. Yeah, it was insane. It would be like, boom, 60 points to one side, and then a 60-point drop, and then 100 points to one side, and then a 50-point drop. It would be insane. Like, how do you even trade this? It hurt me, to be honest with you, and I've been trading for a while, it hurt me. Because one stop out, like, your risk has to be so high, because even with one micro, your risk is still a lot because of the fluctuation of it. And then once you get that volatility and fluctuation, you also have the slippage of it, right? Because when price moves that violently, you get a lot of slippage, even when you have limit orders set in. It was crazy. It did hurt. I'm being honest with you. It hurt my accounts during those times when the initial Trump tariff thing. It hurt my accounts. I wish I would have just stayed out of that and just not traded at all. It was so unpredictable that it was just like, it was crazy. You in puts? I'm not in, no, I'm not in puts. I'm not in anything right now. I've blown up my account a time or two. Same. I've blown up plenty of accounts. That's why people are, oh, you're very patient. Yeah, I'm patient because I've blown up so many accounts that I'm patient now. Hey, now we got the knowledge. Yeah, it sucks, but like, you have to go through these phases to end up, you know, learning from it. For me. I remember when it hit me 21. You remember to the day? Blew all my accounts. It was bad. I remember that day. Yeah, it was a crazy time in trading. I remember I was pissed at Trump during that time. I was like, what the heck is this? Like, bruh, calm down with your freaking tariff crap. You're hurting a lot of people. You're hurting my accounts. But yeah, that's why I'm patient now. That's why I'm so patient now, is because I've taken so many and something like this too. See, I would have traded or like this. Right? This is why I only look for higher time frame liquidity points, right? I would have traded this a while ago, it swept this liquidity, inverse this gap, and I would have been like, oh, longs, we're going for the highs. Boom. I would have got in right there, it would have pushed up a little bit, and then dumped on me like that. And I would have got stopped out. So that's why these lower time frame liquidity sweeps don't hold as much strength as some of these major levels, right? These major levels I marked out. That's why I wait for these major levels. They work so much better that I'm just patient for them now. It was around the time he said the market sometimes needs to make medicine. Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Needs to take the medicine. Yeah, because a lot of people were complaining about it. And like the market's going down, it's crazy, and like, oh, this is like, you know, this is normal. It needs to go through this. But it was a time to stay out for sure. It was a time to not even trade, really. All the smart people stayed out of it, and all the people like me ended up taking trades and hurting themselves. I almost blew up my accounts during that time. That's the time that hurt me. I almost blew up my accounts. I was 20 days away. I mean, sorry, 20 days away. I was $20 away. And you remember those times when market is moving 60-point fluctuations? $20 away is absolutely nothing. That's like pretty much a blown account. I was $20 away from blowing. So, in essence, I needed to catch a perfect trade with zero drawdown. Not lying to you. I took the perfect trade, zero drawdown. I entered off a sweep, perfect entry, and just ran straight to my target with zero drawdown, and I didn't blow up my accounts. Like, I have no idea how that happened, but it was insane. Zero drawdown. 20 bucks away from blowing my account on moves that happen, on, you know, candles that move like 60 to 100 points. But I'm grateful, man. I did not blow my accounts. That's why I'm very patient. I don't want to blow those accounts. I really do not want to blow those accounts. I spent over like, I think it was like $1,400 on those accounts to activate them, evaluations, activation fees. So I have a lot of money invested in those accounts. I gotta think it maybe I should start like just taking the same setup on all those accounts, start copy trading 14 accounts. I don't know if that would be smart. Copy trading 14 accounts, but copy trading 14 accounts, but taking perfect, like very good setups, not taking stupid trades, being patient, taking good setups, and then I don't know. What are you trading? This is NQ futures. So we're getting another kind of a bear flag, but this bull flag didn't even hold. So I don't know. Now this is looking like a bear flag. Probably gotta step away soon. I'm gonna till 11:30. I'm gonna hop off at 11:30. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we get a good trade tomorrow. But we're still kind of bouncing around that you look on the higher time frame, right? We're still holding this major level right here. Sorry, I'm trying to... It's hard fitting it in the screen, too. Alright. So you see this major level right here is holding, right? So we broke out of it. I was looking for potentially going short off it. Obviously, it didn't get the entry because it kept pushing. Didn't show any signs of weakness. Now we're tapping into... this right here is the resistance point. That's why you see price rejecting at that level, right? Is because of here. All this resistance here. Old support becomes new resistance, right? So now we tapped into this resistance area. It can't get past, right? Price can't get past that resistance. So now we're holding this as support. And that's kind of why we're bouncing around in this area. It just keeps bouncing around by major resistance, major support. And we're just kind of in the middle of this area until we start to break out of one of these areas, right? We're just bouncing around. We're holding this now as support, this level right here that I marked out as support. So that's why we're just going sideways right now. Until we get a massive move and break out of one of those areas. Until more buyers start stepping in and really pushing it up. But right now, price is pretty balanced, right? Not getting more buying, selling pressure. You're just kind of getting equal. And that's why price is just in a range. So, woo, sorry. But yeah. So right now, I mean, not much to trade right now. I mean, let's see. See what price does here. So if price can kind of see what happens. If it can break out, I mean, it still has room to go up. That's the thing. It still has a lot of room to go up. So I don't know if we don't get this, the buying pressure stepping in. Could just go sideways till. Yeah, we're just going sideways. I don't like this. We were so close. Come on, man. We were like, it couldn't have just took out that level and then It's all right. It's part of trading. Patience, patience, patience. But all right, I'm probably gonna hop off. We're not getting anything. I don't think we're gonna get a trade anytime soon. It's just it's stuck in this range, so it's a good time to possibly just call it a day and just come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow when price is good. But yeah, so all right, I'm gonna call it here. I'll be back tomorrow again at 9:30. Hopefully we get a trade set up tomorrow. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe. Don't blow your accounts. Be patient. And I'll be back tomorrow. See ya. Peace out.